Okay, for the September Soap Challenge Club challenge, we had to do straight lines. For the advanced category, we had to do at least half the soap with straight lines and the other half some other design. So for this, we can't use scrapers to create straight lines, which that's fine, I get it. You know, can you create straight lines without a tool? That's the challenge. So what you want to do is use a fragrance that is going to give you enough time to mix it in, pour it in the mold, but then will set up quickly in the mold. So I'm using a new to me fragrance. Probably not the best thing to do. Harvest Fig from Midwest Fragrance. But all these fragrances I have that I know set up quickly are either not holiday scents, and I'm doing a holiday design because I'm working on holiday soaps now, or I'm already using it in a holiday soap and I don't want to repeat. So I decided to go off of Midwest Fragrances reviews and comments on this soap, which they say sets up pretty quick, and it kind of looks like it is. So I'm taking their word for it. So what am I doing for a design? I got nice and complex. It had to be a holiday design because I'm working on my holiday soaps and I wasn't going to make a soap that wasn't holiday themed. So what I decided to do was this elf design. So I'm doing 5 layers in half the loaf of red, green, and then the 6th layer, which will be in the second half, will also be green, which I'm going to scrape out this zigzag pattern to look like the elf's shirt. I have made these down here, you can see extruded little round balls for the beads on the shirt. I made a buckle and I'm gonna pray that it all works out. I figured out all the math and everything, so I'm hoping that it works. Anyways, I'm gonna just kind of pour the next couple layers and hope that this all works out and that the lines don't break through and that they stay straight, and yeah, so sit back and enjoy. So I did want to explain a little bit. I did do math. So I kind of took 3 pounds, which is 48 ounces, for my bottom layer. So I know only half of it. I only need 2.5, but because I have that kind of 6th layer that I'm scraping out, I did 3 pounds just to make sure I met the requirements and everything. So I took 3 pounds, divided it by 6 because I have 6 layers, so that told me I needed 8 ounces for each layer. So that's how I determined that. Then I have an adjustable scraper so I can get it where I need it, and then from there I figured out how much the rest of the red shirt is and how much the black belt will be. So that's kind of the behind the scenes. A lot of planning went into determining how much soap I needed and everything. So this is the belt, which will go on top right in the center, and I'll pour black on either side. It will sit on top. So this part I made ahead of time, which was soap dough. So fingers crossed that it all works. But yeah, I spent an evening sketching and playing around and trying to figure out exactly how much soap I would need and how to do the math to get all the layers correct. So I hope it works. So, the e.l.f. soap. It was going really well until the very end, and then I was just tired, and one side I'm pretty sure the black moved into the red. But for the straight lines, they're not awful. They're not 100% even. I don't really care. I guess that might be the wrong word. I don't mind, I guess. I'm just, like I said, if I'm going to do straight lines and put all that time and effort into it, I'm going to use a tool to make it. And I couldn't for this challenge, which is fine. But it also meant that, like, the amount of time I spent, the effort I should say I spent trying to make perfectly straight lines, what I put into it was all the effort I was going to give to it. I still think this will be a cute soap, whether it is perfectly straight or not. So, shall we look and see? Okay, so there's the top. Well, that's not awful. I'm actually surprised that they're pretty even all in all. They're not perfect, but they're straight and they're almost equal. There are a few spots where it got a little too much in the middle, but okay, can we talk about those little dots? Holy freaking cow. They were a pain to do. And when I say pain, I mean absolute nightmare. If I had realized how much frustrations they would have given me, I would have probably forgone them. But once I put one in, it was too late. I couldn't take it out without messing things up, so they all went in. I wish I had pushed them down more. But I wasn't sure like how much I could push without displacing or ruining the jagged edge part, so I just kind of placed them on top. I think it's cute. I do like them. I'm glad they're in there. But good grief. And you can see how the black pushed down into the red a little bit on that side. I was tired, and I was short a little bit of red when I was making this top layer, so I went and added some more, but I forgot to stick blend the fragrance in. And that's what made this fragrance set up, I believe, was stick blending it just a tad. So it didn't set up as much as everything else, and you can see that it's not perfectly straight. This side was worse. This was the other end. That's when I realized, I was like, oh shoot, guess what? This isn't set up. It's okay. It is not the end of the world. I still think it's cute. I think it looks like an elf. An elf's shirt and pants or stockings. I'll take it. I will take it. I do like it. You can see where the sides went up just a tad. It could plane them off, but I probably won't bother. So let me know what you think. I have to say, this was a lot of work. And I'm so frustrated with my top layer. Like, two things. One, I was tired. And like I said, I forgot to stick blend the red, so it didn't sit up. Two, at that point, by the time I was at the very end of all the soap, the black had started, like the rest of my batter had just gotten, not thick, but it was getting more set up. And so this wasn't as fluid when I was pouring it, which didn't help matters. So that is my entry for the Soap Challenge Club September Challenge. The elf shirt.